Well, it's on. Don't know how much battery it's got, but it's on. Give them a little bit of smoke in there. At least the smoker's going good now. No hive beetles. There's a little jumping spider, but he ain't big enough to get even take a bee yet. All right, they got a little bit of propolis built up here. I'm basically, oh yeah, they are definitely increasing their numbers. So I may be able to. I think I've actually got that upside down. So I may actually be able to do some good with these this year. I'll take that with me when we leave. See the little bit of cross combing here? Mm-hmm. I usually go in through there. It's not that big a deal when you catch it early, and when you pull them out, it's going to take a lot of that out anyway. But I filled this feeder up on Sunday, and I don't know if there's any. Yeah, evidently there's a little bit in the very bottom of it because there's some bees in that thing there. Only problem is it's a little windy today, and they may not like me opening the top of that. So give them a little bit of smoke. What I like to do with these is this one and this one. They've got very little bit of comb built on it, so I usually pull like this one out to make room to pull other ones out. See, they're just starting on that comb right there, building that comb. They hadn't even started on that side. So, and what I may do is flip-flop a couple of frames around to get them to draw out some more comb faster. This is starting to get heavy. This is one of those that I was trying to get them to draw out. They've already capped that honey. I don't understand that because they really don't have the combs built out fully yet. But see how all that's got nectar in it? Mm-hmm. And that's starting to put in pollen right there. So this is going to be their winter stores, which they're not going to have enough winter stores. I know that already. I mean, so I'm going to have to feed them through the winter. But see, they've almost got that drawn out. They're in the process. So I'm going to flip that around, try to get them to finish. Well, let's see which one's got less. Actually, this side's got less comb on it, so I'll leave that one toward the center. The center of the hive, is typically the brood. Mm-hmm. So, this frame here will probably be mostly brood, and then these two will probably be mostly brood. And then the farther out you get, there's more honey on the outside, and then there'll be brood in the middle. The way the instructor explained it to us is, think of like a volleyball. Mm-hmm. That's kind of your brood. So that's where your queen's going to be. She's going to be somewhere in that volleyball laying eggs, or looking for a place to lay eggs. The other bees have to get her a place ready. And then of course the baby bees are hatching on every 21 days. That takes 21 days, so there should be bees hatching all the time. Now, that's a lot of honey, but see there in the middle, that's brood. Okay. That's baby bees. Those are capped brood. And then you can see the little, if you can't see through these veils, I can't see through these veils, but they're larvae, little like worms in there. And then down in some of these, they're probably, more than likely, eggs, but I can't see them, so and it may be they're like little grains of rice. They're that small, but it's hard for me to see them. My eyes are bad and through this veil, so but they've started capping that honey. And my queen is marked, so if you see her, she'll have a yellow dot on her back. See, same way with that. There's a lot of honey in that side, but over here is all the brood. Now this is one of those cutout frames, what I did, and that's probably why that's a little different than a normal frame. This frame and this frame here, I believe it is. Yeah, these two frames. When I put this in here from the nuke, the guy I got it from had run out of regular size frames, so he had the short frames, and I didn't want to mess up their brood, so I cut the brood out. I cut the comb out of the other one. I got a video on when I did it, and I put it in those frames. Well, when I did, I messed up. I forgot that I didn't pay attention to it, to the angle of the cells, because there she is right there. See the queen? Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See how much bigger she is than the other ones? Okay. This makes me happy because at least she's using, this is one of the original ones, so she's gone back and started laying in this one. But see, she doesn't like light, so she's going to try to get away from the light. She's going to move around. She's moving around to the side. And I mean, it's easy to lose her, but look, there's a lot of larvae in that side. There's some honey in that side on this capped honey.
Can you tell the difference between the honey and the larva? Is the larva the brown kind?
Yeah.
And the honey's the capped waxy kind.
Exactly. That's wax caps on the honey, and those little dome-like caps, those are worker cells. Okay, now over here, see how much bigger these are than these?
Yeah.
Those are drone cells. I have no clue why they're putting up drone cells right now, because drone brood, because they should be kicking drones out, because the drones are of no use in the winter. Ooh, I made them mad then. Okay, there's the queen. She's still there. I kind of got worried there for a second that maybe she flew off, but I'm gonna get her back in there before I really mess up and get her mad and she takes off on me. But they usually, at the beginning of fall or sometime around fall, I've been hearing people say that they're seeing their hives kick the drones out, so I have no idea why they're putting up drone brood.
What are the drones?
The drones are the males. Right. They're bigger, and if I see one, they don't do nothing. Matter of fact, they don't even have a stinger. I got the one that's mad at me right there. But all they're for is breeding. So all they do is sit in the hive and eat until it's time to go fly out and breed with a queen. So, and they don't do any breeding during the winter. So, you know, in fall or beginning of winter, they kick them out. And I really haven't seen, okay, right here. Right here. See this? Well, hold on a second. Where'd he go? I saw one. They're quite a bit bigger. Okay, that may be a drone right there. See how much bigger he is than the rest of them?
Yeah.
He's not a whole lot bigger, so. But
I get it. There's one right there too.
right there.
Oh, and that one.
Yep, exactly. That's a drone right there.
Gotcha.
So.
And the girls are the.
Yeah. That's the workers are
They do all the work.
the females. Yeah.
I read a lot about it in that book.
And
It's very interesting.
see, there's all this is brood. All this is brood. That's honey, capped honey.
I loved reading about how they coat the hive with the propolis and
Propolis.
stuff.
See
And
that right
even
there is
if,
propolis.
Like if a mouse gets in the hive and they'll sting it to death, and
Mhm.
they'll cover it with
Yep.
the propolis to keep their hive super sterile.
See, okay, this is not good. Well, maybe not. I was gonna say that looks like those look like drone cells, but they're not the drone cell size. I got one that's mad. She's buzzing me. But all this is worker brood, which is good. This piece of comb here, I kept pulling it off, and they kept rebuilding it. So they were using so much energy rebuilding that. When I wanted them to build new comb, I just decided to leave that. So I'm leaving it. They can do whatever they want to with it. I'm not gonna bother them with it, about it anymore, because I'm trying to get them to use their energy building this comb, on this new frames. I'm gonna end up feeding them through the winter anyway, but I'd like for them to put up as much honey and brood as I can, because they're gonna end up being. See, look at all that brood there. See, all that's brood.
Mm-hmm.
See the propolis right there, and then all that right there is capped honey. That's all brood.
So it'll still be a while before you get honey off.
Oh, it'll be next year before I get honey off this. And see, all that's brood. A lot of it's hatched out though. This had really good brood pattern the other day. It was like solid brood. So some of it's hatched out. That's why I said when I opened the hive, I've got more bees now than I did the other day. You can tell if you mess with them, on a regular basis. You can tell when you've got more bees and not. That's pollen. One of them dropped some pollen off of their legs, evidently. They did that the other day too. But see, it's really a dark orange pollen, so I don't know where they're getting their pollen right now.
Yeah, I was reading about the different flowers you can plant for the different types of honey that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Start planting lots of good honey plants.
Mm-hmm. I planted some sunflowers and they didn't do very well. The black oil sunflowers,
Yeah.
like you feed birds. Sunflower seeds, but yeah, it didn't work too well. So I don't want to pull a frame out with the wind howling like that. I just want to do a quick check on that one. I just want to do a quick check on this one. And these two are the new frames. That's a cutout frame. I just want to see how they're working it. And then these two are the new frames. I want to see how much comb they've drawn. I'm still trying to get them to draw out all the comb. And I've got another frame next week when my top feeder comes in. I'm taking this feeder out. I'm going to put another frame in here. And then I'm going to put a top feeder on, so they're going to have another one to draw out. So that's going to be even more energy they're going to have to use to draw out comb. Alright. That wind's kind of... Woo! Look at all the brood. Golly. But they've got drone brood. I still don't know why they're putting up drone brood. Lots of brood. Oh, I'm glad they're using it. I was worried that I had screwed that up so bad they wouldn't use it. But because somebody told me, you know, I asked them, I said, will they chew that off and move it or do anything? They said no, they won't even use it. Well, from what I've seen, they'll use it. Either I didn't screw it up that bad, or they're using it for more than what I was told, what I was led to believe, because they're putting up honey in cells that I didn't think they would use, and then they're putting up drone or brood in the other cells. See, this is a brand new frame. They have drawn this out. They have got new brood laid. See how that's really kind of a different color?
Mm-hmm.
That's really new, pretty brood caps. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is solid brood. I'm loving it. That is just awesome. And then look how white. That's just beautiful. How that.
And all the nectar in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
So they fill it up with nectar and they cover it up.
Yep. Well, they fill it up. They fill it up with honey, and between
honey is regurgitated nectar, right?
Yes. They do it over and over, and like when a bee comes in, they don't like go in the front entrance and go, find a cell and fill it full of honey. They don't do that. They'll go in the front, and they don't even go very far in. One will regurgitate the nectar in the mouth of another one, and then it goes a little farther in, and it does it to another one, and yeah, well, that's how it's made. And the more times it's done that way, it makes it into honey. But sometimes the honey's got too high of a water content, so they won't cap it, and just through natural evaporation or them fan their wings on it, the water content, because if the water content is above 18%, it won't cap it because it'll spoil.
Yeah.
It'll ferment. So when we do go to harvesting honey next year, you have to check your water content, because if it's over 18%, it will ferment. It'll ruin. Now, this is better than it was the other day because they just had a little part of it. Now, problem with that, see that part that's scraped off? I'm going to move this over here for now, and I'm going to scrape off this burr comb. I don't know why they built burr comb on the side of that. Just little pieces of, stray comb that really doesn't have a purpose other than like support, like it would be in a regular hive. They would do that to support the comb, because it's free hanging like on the top bar hive over there. I'll show you that in a minute. But they build it between the combs, between the frames, because that's what they do. But for now, all right, they got brood on that one. Okay, I may be messing up, but I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna do this. That's the new. I may be messing up my bee space too. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna. I don't know what their deal about clustering up over there on the ends is. Unless they're trying to get that propolis that I've kind of messed up by breaking open their hive. But y'all better move. Okay, she was over here on this one here, that cutout. So I'm gonna I think what I'm gonna do, since they've got that one, let me double check first. They've got this one almost drawn out. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna move this one to the outside, and I'm gonna move this one in here. And this is where it gets interesting, because that feeder's not a standard frame size. It makes it tight, so I end up having to jimmy things. There. All right. There. Okay. So that's move those out of the way. Don't get in there, you're gonna drown, dummy. Okay, there's nothing in that one. So what I'll do is I'll take this.
That's just sugar water.
That's just 1 part sugar, 1 part water. So basically it's a simple syrup.
Right.
But I don't cook it. I just, mix it until it dissolves. It's not going to be long. I'm probably going to end up having to feed them 2 to 1. 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Everybody I've said says wait until it gets, on into fall before you start feeding that. And then, but for now it's 1 to 1. And usually I think those 2 to 1 is so dense in sugar it has to be cooked because of the sugar content. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got this one upside down. I had it upside down, so what I'm gonna do is okay. Y'all move out the way. Alrighty.